You were early. Now they're here.
Okay. Oh, hey,
Hi,
chat.
chat.
What's up? It's me, your boy, Naz Krieger.
Nope.
Chat, one day you're gonna hear us say hi, chat, for the last time. How does that make you feel?
That
Damn.
sounds so depressing.
You know, we always say hi, chat, but we never ask, how are you, chat? Oh, how are you? Oh, hey,
Hi,
chat.
How
what's
are
up?
you today, chat? We actually do want to know.
All right.
Smile for me, chat.
So, last time, the Reclaimers, after having gotten drunk off of a game of Truth or Dare, had to defend the city of Vynarran from a Terminid invasion. One that the city was warned about, but did not take the time or just didn't have the preparations ready for such an invasion, expecting the barrier to be able to repel these creatures, but that was not the case. You all began to fight your way through waves of enemies, through the root hold, the seed fields, and the cathedral bark, before eventually making your way to the Heartwood Cathedral, wherein you found the Terminid Queen, seemingly sapping energy and strength from the Heartwood itself, having kept the High Keeper and the other priests of the Heartwood at bay, behind strange arcane barriers. As the fight ensued, you guys had figured out that those barriers were connected to this strange energy that she was sapping from the Heartwood. So you decided to tap into the energy granted to you by your pendants and your symbols and the rite of reclamation itself, which caused her to falter for long enough for you to be able to break the barriers down. As the High Keeper was broken free, the Terminid Queen, upon being attacked by Saveus and Drex with this strange energy that they seem to have stolen, according to the Terminid Queen, she started to go all out on you guys, starting to wail into both Saveus and Drex and managing to knock, I believe it was Drex, down. Before the connection between her and the Heartwood grew stronger and stronger, the darkness began to creep in, the lights of the leaves dimming of the Vynarran tree, before they grew just dim enough for a familiar, shadowy, cloaked figure to burst through the window and unload 6 rounds of strange beam-like purple bullets into the Terminid Queen, killing her on the spot. With a tip of his hat, he left before the barrier could reconstruct itself, and he would be trapped either inside or just straight up eviscerated by the light of this place. And as you all stand there stunned over the victory and really just the rapidity of everything that had just taken place, that is where we left off. So, we are going to fast forward by, well, I say fast forward, we're just gonna kind of time skip by, I would say, let's say a couple of hours. I will allow you guys to take a short rest, because I'm sure you probably need it. I actually forgot that when you guys rest, I'm technically supposed to get fear. I forgot about that. I forgot about it all the way up until this point.
How much
fear?
fear?
The book last time. It depends on the rest. I need to look at the book. So give me
This
one
is a
second.
peaceful rest, so you get no fear.
That's not how that works. Let me double check on that real quick.
Are we tier 3 or tier 2?
Tier 2 still. You don't hit tier 3
Okay.
until level 5.
Gotcha. I didn't know if the tier was the level, but it's...
Nope.
And did you say short rest or long rest?
Short rest. Because this is just a couple hours later. But before we skip to that couple of hours later, I will say you guys will have a
my
chance
God.
to talk to one another. Again, it's the middle of the night, so or not. Well, by the time that this is all over, yeah, it probably would be about the middle of the night. Maybe even pushing like 1 or 2 in the morning. So you're all pretty tired, relatively tired. So some of this is also some of you taking a moment to nap and whatnot. But I would say that the High Keeper would have told you that she's going to come and collect you in a number of hours. So you guys would have been able to either, up to you whether you'd want to return to the Hollow Hearth or if you'd want to stay up at the Heartwood Cathedral and wait until, things calm down or recollected and whatever. I'll leave that up to you. Where the hell is resting? Why can't I find it?
There's a button at the top of your character sheet.
That's what I'm talking about.
Also, hi chat. I didn't get to say hi chat yet.
Why can't I
was
find this
away.
page in the fucking rulebook? What is going on?
I think they removed that one in a hotfix.
You don't get to rest.
In a mad scramble to not give Salt
It's
more.
probably under.
Yeah, actually,
downtime,
during the
if I had to
rest-
guess.
All the Terminian Queens brought back to life.
No.
But only at 1 HP. Once it.
Brutus.
Downtime
Oh my
on
god,
a
wait, can we
short
do
rest, so the DM also takes actions during downtime. On a short rest, they gain 1d4 fear. On a long rest, they gain the amount of fear equal to 1d4 plus the number of PCs.
that? No!
Wow.
You
That's
can't
one
do
fucking
that!
fear.
Wait,
God, that's
wait,
a lot.
wait. Then you just topped
So I
your
get 2
max
off
out
of this.
so fast.
Yeah.
Why
You
would they do
max out
that?
so fast from long rest.
He's already full.
Wait.
Cool. I forgot about that.
That's
Good
a
to know
DM
now,
at
though.
4 right there. We don't need more fear.
I can also advance my long-term countdowns if I have any. Tee.
Can you
Oh, shit,
progress
the end of the
Drex's
world
learning how they
countdown.
got
What?
Only on a long rest, though. I can do that. Not on a short rest.
Dang.
Okay. So, would you guys want to return to the Hollow Hearth, or would you want to stay here?
No.
Up to
Probably
you.
That's
just stay here, right?
Yeah, Naz's vote would be
Yeah.
to stay.
Yeah.
Drex is gonna stay completely still, cloaked.
Okay. You'd also have a couple of hours to just talk amongst yourselves and recap with everything that just happened. You'd see there would be a lot of movement in and out of the cathedral, of not only people but also you would know, to your knowledge, as far as you all know, like when someone's injured or whatever, at least back on Violet Haven, the temple usually isn't necessarily the first place that you would bring people, but the Ashen most of the time do have some kind of healing capabilities. But here, there are some injured. Looks like maybe some of the injured within the surrounding area around the cathedral would be brought in. But for the most part, there was a lot more injured people than who are brought into this place. So you assume that they probably are being brought somewhere else. But nonetheless, there's still plenty of movement of priests and people coming to pray after such a kind of catastrophe, to be frank. Yeah, so there's lots of movement. But you guys do have at least like a corner to yourselves while you rest, to chat amongst yourselves if you'd like to. Or if there's no conversation, we can move on. It's up to you.
Sounds like no conversation.
Just say, I can't believe I'm the one asking this. We're all good.
Not dead.
Still alive.
Do you ask this before or after the rest?
During.
During the rest, Drex would say, Drex is glad to have a chance to rest.
I bet.
Drex will be better.
I'm also did we notice some weird fucky shit that Drex and Saveus did
Yeah, I was gonna ask
suddenly?
You guys
that.
saw it. You guys definitely saw it.
So, quick question. Kind of near the end of the fight, the queen went all out against yourself, Drex, and Seveus. What was that all about? Like, what did you just do there? 'Cause that was strange.
Let's see. Is Drex aware of what happened? Yeah, Drex is big.
I mean, I just hit her really hard with my sword. You know, like I do literally everything.
And Drex just followed up. Drex saw an opening.
I think there was a bit more to it than that. Wasn't there like not
She
shadows?
said,
but-
was that out loud?
Yeah, she said that out loud.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
couldn't
she
remember
said
if
that
it was-
out loud to them.
She said,
So-
"You have something you shouldn't have," and then proceeded to attack you both extremely greatly. Any idea what that could be, either of you?
Drex thinks for a moment, just gives a shrug. Drex isn't really too sure.
Not sure. I guess we've just been out in the darkness for a bit or something.
Okay. In need of further of investigation. Got it.
Drex would nod.
Cervez would kind of squint at you. You're gonna report us to the matron again, aren't you?
Who said I did that the first time?
Cervez surveys the entire group. Looks back at Nas.
I thought it was Thessaly. Coughing.
What? What did I do?
Nothing. Never mind.
Sorry.
So it's
Oh,
no
I'm
need to
immediately backing
apologize.
Just to make sure, when Drex was a pinata for a little bit in that combat, did anyone drink the major stamina potion, or no one drink that one?
No.
I don't
Okay,
think that
great.
one got consumed.
Pinata.
Question. There is someone else we can consider asking about what the Terminid Queen meant by that. You know, someone who we're already planning on talking to today. This can just be one of the questions we can ask.
Who? Why?
Does it not ring a bell?
Drex gets the fun.
Thank you.
Oh, I see. I suppose.
That's so awesome.
So
We're
gonna
already planning on talking to her
dress-
today.
Yes. Are we gonna address the individual that showed up at the end?
I mean, we all know
If
who
they
that
ask-
was.
What
Oh,
else
that's
are we
fair.
supposed to say?
Yeah.
I mean, just be
We
honest.
still barely know them.
I think we can trust them in what they've said. Why else would they have literally come in to save this place?
Who knows? We can still choose to trust them for now. Because they did come and cover our ass at the end. But we should still remain wary regardless.
Trust does not have to be blind.
Sure.
Fair enough.
All right. Any other conversation?
Cervez would just like do a quick check-in with Zeke because I think he did hold up his shield for people more times in that combat than ever before.
Maybe a little bit.
Still holding up.
Yeah, this thing is handy.
Glad to have you on your side.
I mean, I could easily say the same thing for you. I don't get how you and Drex do what you do, but maybe it's that weird thing that you stole. I don't know.
Maze would shrug.
If it is it, keep it. It works, whatever it is.
All right. So after a couple of hours, of resting, repairing armor, healing, clearing your stress and whatnot, talking, you would see the High Keeper is approaching with an individual that you do not recognize. You see alongside her a tall figure that wears a green cowl and cloak. You can see they have what looks like some kind of old metal armor of some kind, like a breastplate and bracers, but across like the cowl and the metal itself there are like holes that almost looks like something has been like eating away at the fabric and the metal of the armor. Sprouting from both shoulders and like pretty much completely covering their entire right shoulder. You see this sort of yellowish tan golden fungus, like mushrooms that are sprouting up all over their sort of shoulders. They wear this completely black polished wood mask with just two circular eye holes that you can't quite see any detail beyond that. And they carry with them a staff of like gnarled wood that at the top curls around what looks like at one point might have been like a skull or something, but whatever this wood is made of has like been eating away at parts of the skull, so now it's kind of like just the top of the bone that you can see. And I will send this individual's art. As they approach alongside the High Keeper, the High Keeper bows to you all in greeting. We cannot begin to thank you all enough for the service that you've provided Vynarran. You've saved the city, to say the least. But more importantly, you've saved the tree and the hardwood. And that is invaluable and priceless to us, our society, and our people. So, as far as the Hardwood Cathedral is concerned, and I'm sure this extends out to all circles within Vynarran, we consider you allies. Now and forever. As long as you need help, you have it from us. When you first came here, you had mentioned that you were trying to clear the poison from the swamp, yes? To the east?
Yes.
Yeah.
A contingency of Golden Bough members and druids alike are going to be sent to the swamp to deal with that. To cleanse it as best as we can. As thanks and repayment for what you've done here. As well as if you have need of any services here in Vynarran with the rest of your mission to reclaim your homeland, we will aid in any way that we can. At least, any way that will readily put us in danger. Allow me to introduce you to someone who is very interested in some things that I'm sure you know, and would be interested in questioning you all should you be up for it. This is Ceres. He is the leader of the Silent Thorn. I'm sure your time here has not hidden from you their presence. As outsiders, I'm sure people have told you about it to some extent. Ceres does not mean you any harm. I would not allow it, even if he did. However, he has questions in regards to the stranger whom finished off the Terminid Queen. And it seemed as though you all had recognition with that individual. And so, Cyrus has questions. Feel free to decline to answer, but he just has some suspicions he would like to lay to rest.
Sure, we can answer his questions, or their questions.
He nods. I will leave you to it then. I have much to attend to. If you have need of me, please send word. Otherwise, I hope you a good rest, and I'm sure we will speak again very soon. She bows and then takes her leave, leaving you with Thornmaster Ceres, which I will spell his name for you.
It appears I've already spelled it wrong, according to the way you pronounced
Probably.
Damn it, I almost had it.
it. You're like John.
John?
No, we already met John Reclaimer.
Yeah, John.
This is John Ceres.
John Cena?
Yeah.
You hear a gruff clearing of a voice from behind the mask before I assume you all are sort of gathered in a corner, some of you probably seated, some of you standing. He would sort of crouch down and run a hand along the living wood floor of the tree. So, you heard what the High Keeper said. I am interested in knowing about this shadowy entity that came and saved the day. You all seem to have recognition. So, who and what are they? Change the music real quick as you guys respond.
I'll keep it. We're so positive and academic. Oh. Who wants to take this?
Well, I feel like the person who has the most documented information about that individual should be the one leading the conversation in that regard.
Okay, so do you want our own experience or all the background history that I have, or what? I assume just all of it.
Whatever you are willing to share.
Well, I think transparency is the best move forward here. Everyone in agreement. No one wanting me to hold back anything, and if they do, whisper it, please.
Sure.
Great! I assume you're familiar with the old gods?
You hear a grumble and then a nod. He nods his head slowly.
From our understanding, and self-proclaimed by this individual and creature who we go by shadows, they are some aspect, or if not aspect, truly nocturnal themselves. They seek...
He tilts his head. Nocturnal is not a name I'm familiar with.
Okay, so I got to go back even further. Great.
Remember, these 4 were not part of the old gods because they were forgotten.
So crazy story. am I gonna have to do a full
No, you
recap
can
here?
you can just
Okay.
Just let me know if you would
No.
leave anything out.
No. Indeed, we get it. Thank you, Tyler.
You see, as Naz continues and tells the story of Nocturna and shadows as you know them, you see eventually he sort of moves from his sort of squatted down position to a kneeling position as he just listens intently. And I assume you tell him of the fact that, Shadows wants to help and whatnot.
Yes, absolutely. And spark notes for Mel. Nocturna is one of 4 gods that were banished by the other gods and then were locked away in a prison that we, as this people's continent called Barovia, eventually that prison, due
Continent's
to
called
like
Raven.
Raven, sorry.
Riven.
Riven.
Thank you.
Afterwards, the barrier slowly broke. They spread out. They took over the lands, forced people out. Nocturna didn't agree with what the other 3 siblings were doing, now seeks to end the eternal night, and has been helping us do so, including, giving us useful information, and at this most recent point, helping us in a fight, which I think is the first time that's happened.
Yep. And another piece of important information is that the other 3 siblings are pinning this whole Eternal Night thing on Nocturna because he is the god of darkness. So it's easy to pin it on.
Understood.
Mr. Shadows.
You see, Sarah stays quiet for some time after Naz finishes, a few minutes, before he speaks up. I understand. I think. You see, he gets up from his kneeling position using the staff to lift himself up onto his feet. You all as allies, if you trust them, then I will trust them. I appreciate your transparency and information. Should you have need of me, please seek out the High Keeper, and she will find me. Bows his head. Good evening. And he goes to turn and walk away unless anybody stops him.
Thank you. You know what evening is?
They still have a concept of time.
Okay. I don't know. Evening to me just means night.
What? The time of day doesn't change just because
True.
Time still moves forward.
All right.
20th pulse.
Even though it's kind of like 2 in the morning at this point, but
yeah.
All right. With that, you guys are left to your own devices. What would you like to do? Where would you like to go?
Bed.
Yeah, I'm assuming everyone
You
wants
should
to
go to
back
sleep. Yeah.
Right here.
All right. But I mean, you can sleep right here if you want
Jax
to.
just
No.
sleep on the floor.
We're going to the hearth.
It's like when like a kid falls asleep in the car and they pretend to be asleep so they can get carried back home. Except you're
Oh.
carrying Drex down the tree.
Pick up Drex, carry him like eat a sack of potatoes.
All right. So, a journey back towards the Hollow Hearth that takes probably at least an hour and a half to 2 hours. By the time you guys are stumbling your way into the Hollow Hearth, it's probably about 4 a.m. You see a lot of kind of like the only way that I can describe is like post-war cleanup happening within the city as you move through the spaces. You see people grieving over bodies being transported. You see druids that are sort of trying to use druidic magic to clean up a lot of the, blood stains and things left behind from the battle. People moving Terminid corpses all together, and a significant increase in patrols through the streets. It's a pretty somber aftermath walk that strangely really does not mesh well with the light tunes and chimes of the bells above. It's hard to feel one way or the other when the sort of background music, if you will, of this place is always so cheery, with the vibe of this current situation being so somber. But you all stumble your way back into the Hollow Hearth, I imagine making your ways back to your rooms, and bedding down for the evening. Or the early morning, rather. So, you all can go ahead and take a long rest, which means I'm going to fill up on fear as a result.
No.
Just a quick question. Armor is completely destroyed when you mark the final slot, right? There's no fixing it.
No, you can
back.
repair it.
Oh.
We will. A lot of us would have no armor after the acid
Yeah.
dogfight if that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure. Or yeah, okay, that's cool.
Back draining my blood.
We can work on a project.
You
Drex is
can.
feeling
Please let
pretty
me know
good
if you
after
do work
his
on a project.
nap. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm
Yeah, sorry,
working on
you
a
go.
project.
I'll work on a project.
I worked on mine.
Anyone want to
Anything
prepare?
to do.
I'll prepare with you, Prem.
Oh my god.
I know Naz is making a potion as part of his working on a project.
Never not. Never not.
Is Des planning on going to Featherton's before the end of this long rest or no? Because
Tyler, you
Well,
working on your project?
Are we
Amazing.
waiting to
Yeah.
visit Featherton until after we get the seed today?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
aren't I going with you to Featherton's to buy the armor too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, that'll be after long
Couple of
rest.
things do complete. Some long-term countdowns are completing here.
Drex finishes his countdown already? Oh
No,
my god.
not you. Not you.
One of one.
Okay. So, first things first, Mel. Your locket testing completes this evening. You finally learn how to use this thing. All you have to do is put it on.
Yeah, I
No.
know that.
Yeah.
Mel
So
didn't.
Mel finally figures out that if you put the locket on and then press the button and it summons the little guy, that then the little guy can understand you. He still doesn't talk. He still does not have any means of communicating to you, but if you communicate to him an order or anything like that, then he actually listens to you, as long as you're wearing the locket. But you have to wear it. Thess, your weapon attunement is complete.
Oh, let's go.
So,
Wow.
you finally gain access to your tier 2 capabilities of your
Yes.
weapons, which I will create at the end of this session because I don't have the items made yet.
All good.
But I will make them, and I'll have that in your inventory, and you'll actually be able to finally use them.
Yay.
And if there is any RP thing that you think would come of that, that is up to you.
Okay.
but it's been a long process, so
Mhm.
it's just been a course of slowly but surely first learning how to use the weapons, and then once you use them, practicing every single night with them until there is a semblance of, I know what I'm doing with these now, and I know what I can do with them now. There is two things that happen as a result of your attunement completing, aside from you having access to the tier 1 abilities now. The first thing that happens is when this attunement is completed, there is a strange pulse across all of the red symbols across Thessa's body. That does happen. It's only happens for a couple seconds, and it's almost like a wave runs over all of them, like a red pulse, briefly, and it only happens once. And then, in addition to that, the very, very tips of Thessa's hair turn a bright, like, pink color. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Just a little bit of, like, pinkish coloration to them. But yeah, that would be two things that Thess would be able to notice that happens. Okay, cool. Any conversation that might occur over the course of this long rest between individuals sharing rooms, or as people are... Is anybody preparing together? I guess is another good question to ask.
Prim and Naz, I'm pretty sure, are both preparing together.
Okay.
Prim's probably just going to help Naz create more health potions, make sure he doesn't use too much blood and pass out after that combat.
You definitely see. At this point, I assume, because Naz just keeps cutting his hands, there's probably like so many cuts to their palm. It's everywhere.
Scars.
Yeah.
We should just put a faucet on you.
Prim probably would have used like the last inspirational words she had for the day to just give you a health point back after you were just hurting yourself.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
You know, you need to find a better way of doing this than hurting yourself constantly.
Maybe
You know,
a
you only have
syringe.
so much blood in your body, right?
I know. I'm painfully aware.
Just be careful.
I will.
Any other conversation in this long rest? I mean, I assume you guys are all going to meet up in the morning, or, well, early afternoon anyway, so...
Once my figuring out the locket finished, I would find Naz.
Okay, sure.
You'd walk in with Naz being healed by Primus with their hands covered in scars.
Oh, I can come back later if you want.
What?
Here, and she'll walk up to Naz, and we'll go behind you. She's going to take out.
Naz would immediately turn around. No. What is this?
Just-
Just less actions, more words.
No. Do you trust me, Naz? At least this once.
Naz would slowly turn around.
Mel would put the locket on Naz. And we'll like hold your shoulder and like try to turn you back towards her.
See, they'd slowly turn.
Open it.
All right. Let's see that. We open the locket.
Okay. Yeah, you press the button on the golden locket, you see the flash of blue light, and then you see the small stone elemental is summoned in front of you. It just looks up at you.
Mel's gonna get on one knee and is doing like the jazz hands, like ta-da!
I mean, hooray! Says confused.
Tell it something.
Oh, all right. Sit.
It sits down.
Ah,
Huh? See?
we can make an archivist of you yet.
Yeah. I wouldn't get your hopes up. You just had to put the thing on. Took me a few days to figure that one out.
Occam's razor, eh?
It's funny.
Yeah.
This creature, if you recall what it looks like, it doesn't really have very long legs. It kind of doesn't really have legs at all. It's just feet at the bottom of like a round stone. So when you tell it to sit, it just like rolls back, and that's it. Now it's just like it's quote unquote sitting, but it's more just like leaning on like
That's
a portion of its
awesome.
body. I'll send it to Art again
Well-
just as a reminder.
Like I said, I felt bad before I told you I'd give it to you, and I know you didn't want it in the moment, but you were really drunk, so it's yours.
You offered me this?
I did.
I need to drink less.
Well, I mean, I don't think you drink frequently. I think you just drank hard. No,
Yes.
not like you were hard when you were drinking. It just.
Beth looks at you, just disgusted.
No, I meant. Anyway,
Well, I'm not taking it.
well, okay. If you're not gonna keep it, at least hold on to it. For me.
Finders keepers, you found. Fine.
She has a big grin.
That's just not looking at you, looking away, arms crossed, not saying anything. Thank you. Is that what you wanted?
You'll be my friend eventually, Naz.
Yes, sure. Whatever you may think.
Okay. She'll turn and leave you two to whatever the fuck y'all were doing.
Naz
Kermit
really
just
turns
laughing
to
in the
her.
corner, watching that whole conversation.
I do not understand her at all. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Whatever.
What doesn't make sense?
Just such unbridled kindness after such mockery. It just confuses me.
Oh no, I can't imagine someone mocking you than being nice.
Okay, yes. It's different when there's a clear undercoating of sarcasm laced in with all of it.
Oh no.
Ah,
Just accept a gift from a person for once.
just look at the locket, then look at the rock.
It's still sitting there.
Get up.
It does its best to stand up. It's a process, but
Oh.
it does manage.
I guess.
You know, that's your son, yeah. You have to name it.
No, we'll have a friend at least.
You have to give you have to give it a name.
Hmm. I'll have to think on that.
Anything else for the
I'm
evening?
calling him Rocky till then.
Yes.
Is Thess doing her practicing or whatever in the room?
Yeah, she would.
Okay. So I'm assuming then I'm probably just watching while playing a little bit with Brutus, and then all that weird shit happens.
Mhm.
Did something good, bad happen? What was that?
I think it's good. I think it's good. She'd flip one of the knives in her hand and catch it. I think I did it. I think I finally did it.
You figured it out?
I think I did, yeah.
Try it. Do it. whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know what those things do. What do you do with them?
Well, I don't really have anything to do it on. I don't really want to. I'm not going to stab you, obviously.
Just he points at the shield. Just stab the shield.
Okay,
You're hitting something. You won't
that's
break
fair.
it.
Okay. Okay. She take a deep breath. As I have to go to where the knife is in our DM salt. Okay,
It's
I'm there.
pinned, so
Yeah, it's pinned. I got there. Okay. Okay, yeah. And then she will. Let's see, what hurts less? The thrown hurts less. She'll throw it so that in the event that I'm like, I don't want to do damage at all, just in case.
yeah.
So she'll go ahead and throw one of the knives at the shield. Do you want me to actually roll for that salt, or are we good?
It's up to you guys. I don't really care either way.
Immobile.
Okay.
It's just sitting. I mean, you could miss.
You're
It's not
right, I
like Zeke's
could
really
miss.
trying to dodge. So
Right.
and his evasion's really low. I think we could just say you're probably gonna hit him.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just she's just aiming for the shield. The shield.
Yeah, it's
is
gonna
up
hit the
against
shield.
wall.
Yeah, it's gonna
It's
hit the
just-
shield.
so-
What if you roll with hope?
It's a
you know?
non-mobile target,
Yeah,
and
what
you're
if you roll with
proficient
hope?
enough with these
You're
things.
so.
at this
Let me
point.
just. Yeah, you're so right. Let me see if I crit. I
That's
doubt
fair.
it. You're.
Damn. Oh, nice numbers,
With
though.
hope.
Good
yeah.
numbers.
No,
yeah.
but I did. It's good numbers though. It's good
Yeah.
numbers.
It's gonna work, definitely.
Okay.
Fortunately, the tier 2 ability doesn't really do anything against an animate object, but
No, exactly.
They look cool. I think that's what matters, probably.
Well, if you
Okay.
think it looked cool, then I am content. Thank you.
Well, hopefully we don't have to see it actually in action for a while. So.
Yeah, I hope so. Especially after that fight.
Yeah,
You okay?
I'm good. Are you? I don't know how it felt getting controlled by that thing.
Well, at first it felt indecisive in a way. I think there were two ways that it could have gone. It's odd to feel. I feel guilty. I feel really guilty about it.
Why? I mean, it was the one controlling you, so you can't really.
No, I feel guilty because I'm grateful that the other one wasn't. There were two ways it could have gone, and I'm grateful that the way it went is the way it went.
What do you mean?
I mean, on the precipice of that indecision, I felt like there were. It was going to hit Drex, or it was going to be someone else, and I feel guilty because I am grateful that it was Drex.
What? It was thinking about hitting me?
No,
Someone else? Who was really
it was
hurt at
thinking
the
of hitting
time?
me, Zeke.
Yourself?
And I don't think I could have dodged that, so I'm grateful that it hit Drex. It didn't even hit him, is what I mean. There was a chance for it to miss him, and it did. I don't think there was a chance for it to miss me if I was trying to aim it myself.
And you could feel that it was deciding between that, or like, did you have
There was a
some-
hesitation.
Oh,
Well, in the moment, you can feel your body being pulled.
Mhm.
You can feel the influence, you can feel the intention, and for that moment, intention wavered into indecision, and I could feel both possibilities, and it was terrifying not knowing which would come to fruition. Because I didn't want you to see that you were right there.
yeah, that I don't know how that would have worked. But yeah, Can't imagine that would have been good.
No. It wouldn't have been fair to you. It wouldn't have been fair to me. It wouldn't have been fair to anyone, but I just didn't want. I don't know. I feel guilty that I'm grateful that that didn't happen.
Well, I mean, if you think about it on the positive side, Rex is not dead. So, I mean, if he was dead and you were grateful, then I think that would be where there'd be a problem. But Rex is fine.
Fine.
You're fine. And both
Right.
of you are okay from that. So, don't beat yourself up over that. Especially because it wasn't your control. You could have literally done nothing. So.
I know. Thank you.
Prim tried to kill the
Just-
dog. Prim tried to kill Brutus. Granted, it
Prim
wasn't
tried to
Prim,
kill
but like,
Brutus. But still, that was fucked up, actually. I honestly, and hey, I'm going to say something fucked up. Brutus wouldn't have lived if I had aimed for Brutus. I'm glad if it was between Brutus and Drex. I wouldn't have killed Drex outright. So I am grateful that even given that hypothetical that I didn't attack Brutus.
I mean, Brutus was right next to me. You wouldn't have hit Brutus. He would have hit me.
Right.
Granted, there
But
was a lot of
I mean,
people around me, so that would have been fine. But-
Exactly. I'm just glad I didn't aim for Brutus. I don't think I could have ever forgiven myself. No offense to Drax, but even the hypothetical of maybe even hurting Brutus.
Yeah. Yeah, I did not like the thought of it.
No.
But it's good. And I can't imagine Prim is over there beating themselves up, thinking like about how they tried to attack Brutus. Because at the end of the day, Brutus wasn't hurt. So
That's fair. That's fair. You're right. I should just. Yeah.
it was out of
You're
their
right.
control. It's not worth holding on to, I don't.
You're right.
But maybe
I had no control over that.
I mean, I don't know how to protect ourselves from mind influence in the future. That's probably something more you little magic folks can maybe look
Yeah.
into.
Oh, the little magic folks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't get any of it, so.
Okay, I'll try to employ my little magic brain and figure out what's happening there.
Hey, it's not just you. Grab the other ones. If all
The
of
other
your
little
brains
magic
come
brain?
together, somehow you'll figure it out.
We'll have one big magic brain, and that way we can figure it
Yes.
out.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I will gather the little magic minds and we'll try to find a big magic solution to this predicament. But until then, I think we need to go to sleep.
Good.
Okay. And you're okay?
I am, for as much as chaotic that as that was, I am more than fine. Yes.
Okay. Good. Oh, okay. Then let's go to sleep because it is, 3 a.m.? I don't even know. I don't know how time works here. 4
Something
a.m.
like that.
Whatever. Let's go to sleep.
Yep.
Come on.
All right. Anything else that anybody would like to take care of or do? Sorry, I was just in the process of building your weapon here. All right. I'm about to do this later. So, your long rest would come to an end probably around noon, maybe late or early morning, or early afternoon, rather. Probably, let's put it at like 1 p.m. is roughly when you're all sort of rousing awake. But the day is yours. As far as you know, you don't have any impertinent meetings, so it's up to you guys to determine what your next steps are, what you'd like to do. Of course, Ren is here at your service if you require her. But let's say you all meet downstairs somewhere and are able to share a meal and determine your next steps. It's up to you.
What did we ask last time in terms of getting a tour of the whatchamacallit facility? The archive thing. Like, did we ask for a seed, or did we ask if we could just have a tour?
We asked for a seed, straight up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did we
you
get
asked
meat back?
for. I can't remember. You asked for a seed, not a seedling, right? remember.
I'm pretty sure we asked for a seedling. Because that was what Featherton said, that's the thing I need. I can't do it with just a seed. So.
Okay, so
We just-
you mean a seed pod, because the seedling is
A seed pod,
before
sorry,
it's
sorry.
used. Yeah, so
Yeah,
have
yeah,
something
yeah, yeah.
that was already used, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, and then you did want a tour, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean you could do that today if you want to. Ren would explain that Calum would be fine with giving you a seed pod, but it would have to be a seed pod that contains your own memories. They're not going to give you one from the Lantern Archive. So, but, you know, if Ren wants to do the ritual for you and you instill your own memories into a seed pod, then by all means, you're welcome to keep that.
We can try that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, did you guys want to do the Lantern Archive tour today, or?
Yeah.
Who would come?
Rex, definitely.
Bro,
I will
what else
come.
is? What are the other places that we talked about? There's a couple. I thought there was something else that was like another place that we talked about going to. What
There
it?
was a mention of going to see Master Artisan Bramble. I can't remember what
Yeah.
for,
Oh yeah.
but there was a mention of that.
Drex would bring that up again. Specifically now that Drex has studied the weapon, the gun, Drex would say, Drex wants to ascend the tree to talk to the person who can make items. Drex doesn't know how this works yet, and we'll pull out the gun.
With Flintlock.
But Drex at least understands that it needs these and would hold up some of the ammo. And right now Drex only has 5 of these, so Drex is going to see if they can make more. If Drex is going to learn how this works, Drex is going to need more of this.
I'd just be able to tell you how it works.
Drex would also
You know what?
appreciate that. Drex didn't even think of that.
I'm gonna skip the archive. I'll come with you, Drex.
Oh, well, Drex is going to the archive. It takes 2 days to climb the
Okay.
tree.
Naz,
Alright.
what happened to you?
Well, that was 2 days to climb to the very top, not to
Yeah,
the...
Bramble lives in the hanging burrows, so that's not all the way at the top. That's just up
Oh,
with the tree
thank
branches,
God.
so. It's still gonna take
I
it's still
was
gonna take a
told he
few
was a good
hours
guy.
to get up there and get to where he's at, but
Well, let's just
it's
go.
not.
Basically.
Nobody lives at the very top of the tree. That is a pilgrimage site. So.
Skyrim 1000
no one lives
best
there
mountain
yet.
vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Drex would say Drex will go after the tour. If Nas wants to come along,
Absolutely.
give you a nod.
Is anybody not going to the Lantern Archive tour? Let's ask that question. Okay. And then assuming Drex and Naz are both going to see Master Artisan Bramble, is anybody not going to go with them to do that?
I probably won't. I don't think I need to.
Okay.
Probably a better question to say who is going.
It's like Surveyor still has all of the swords. I don't know if it's better to have Featherton to
that's-
look over that or
Grim
the
and Thess
artisan.
are strong enough to carry them.
Well, more
I
specifically,
believe
this
in you two.
guy, I think does trades, if I'm not mistaken, right? So
Yeah.
Everybody does.
The-
Bartering is a perfectly legitimate system here, so. Granted, this guy works with wood and sap, to your knowledge. So you don't know how useful things made of metal are going to be to him.
Always find out.
Yeah, it's true. It's up to you. So I know Drex and Naz are going to Master Artisan Bramble. Who else wants to go see him?
Good answer.
All right, I guess nobody. Very well.
A Naz and Drex adventure.
Yeah, well, while
Oh, yeah.
they... I guess you guys have time to think about this, because it's not going to be till after the tour, but for the rest of you, think on what you might want to do during that time period where Naz and Drex are going up there. But, that being the case, I have not fucking ticked the clock over in 2 days. There we go. It's also officially autumn now.
Are the leaves falling off the tree?
Nope, it's the same season here all year long.
That's so sad.
We blink and the day and seasons change. Nothing has visibly changed about the world.
Pretty much. At least not here. So, I'd also like to point out it's been... Oh man, it's probably been at least 2 weeks, like minimum, since you guys left Murphy Farm. So, keep that in mind. There are people that are waiting for you to come back there. So, but, with that, you guys follow Ren up to the Lantern Archive, which also is situated within the Cathedral Bark. In a different section of the Cathedral Bark than the Heartwood Cathedral itself, but nonetheless still within that section of the city. Give me 1 second as I'm getting my notes for that. So, so approaching this building, again, like many of the large sort of government and council buildings and chambers within the Cathedral Bark, it is a large, heavy set of living wood doors that need to be opened in order to enter this building. Unlike the Heartwood Cathedral and other places here in this section of the city, the Lantern Archives doors are kept closed. And typically, and even in this case, you would see that there are a couple of sort of attendants outside that recognize Ren and allow you to enter at her behest and at her explanation of, you guys are here for the tour. Being allowed inside, the doors open, you enter into a massive interior column-like chamber. You enter out onto a platform that you see that's made, of course, of living wood like everything else here. You can see that there is a railing that is made of a combination of living wood and sap. You see to your left and right there are staircases, not unlike ones you would find inside the interior of like a lighthouse that run along the exterior wall of this interior chamber. In the center there is a large column. Actually, no, there is a collection of large columns. I would say there are 3 large columns in the center of this chamber. And just while you were standing here and taking in the sights, you would see at least one living wood lift that would come down into view from somewhere above you. Along one of these pillars would stop. You see a couple of archivists standing there. as it comes to a stop, you see a living wood bridge begins to extend out from that lift out to the edge, where you can see the most striking characteristics of this interior chamber. The entire walls of this interior chamber have small little nooks, like notched into basically like a grid pattern all over the walls in this space, where you can see there is like a translucent amber colored sap like film that's creating like a small window barrier to small chambers that are holding maybe about a collection of about a dozen or so of these seed pods. And there are countless numbers of these little notches in the walls of this massive chamber. So you see, as those archivists on that lift come to a stop and this living wood bridge extends out to a very specific chamber, you see they begin to approach. There is a sort of vague incantation that you can't quite make out the details of from this distance, and then you see the small chamber opens up and the archivists enter inside as that chamber sort of closes behind them. It is a lot to take in at this moment with just how many small little chambers and whatnot are in this space. You can also see along the staircases that go up and down to either side, there are more of these platforms like the one you're standing on that either lead to more sort of exterior doors or lead to hallways that probably lead to interior chambers of the Lantern Archive itself. But the space that you've entered into is sort of effectively the vault of seed pod memories that you've stepped into here. As you're all sort of stood there, taking in the surroundings, you see Ren waits a moment for you all to, gather in your surroundings, where she says, "All right, if you would follow me, please." You guys follow Ren up to your right, which is the part of the staircase that heads upwards. You're able to see along this staircase more of these little notches in the wall, and you can kind of sort of get a moment to look in and see sort of the design of these chambers. They are big enough that they can probably fit about, I would say, comfortably like 5 people and uncomfortably like 7 people, probably. They're pretty small little spaces, but you can see they do have enough room in there that along sort of shelving units that have been carved into the wood itself inside of those chambers, you can see the sort of amber glow of seed pods that are being stored in each individual chamber. You also can see that etched into sort of the glass-like sap of these doorways that are the entrances to these chambers, there is some sort of scripture that is unfamiliar to you, that is probably labeling and documenting what is inside of each of these chambers. But like, the scripture is unlike anything you've seen before. Ren continues up. You would reach one platform that leads to a pretty grand looking hallway, with even more hallways that branch off of that one. But she does not go down it. Instead, she continues up the stairs until eventually you reach the next platform up, which you see leads to another set of doors, though nowhere near as grand as the first set that you entered through. These are much smaller. It is a set of double doors, though. Ren would push through them and allow you to enter in after her, where you enter into a pretty small, simplistic little communal study space, effectively. You see, almost like you walk into a greenhouse of sorts. You see There is one solid living wood beam that goes across the top of this space that acts as sort of the zenith of massive arched sort of glass sap windows of sort that give almost like a golden glow to this interior space, and it is letting in external light from the leaves of the tree into this space. You see small tables, some of which are maybe at like knee height, more for like kneeling and sitting on the ground, versus other tables in here that are more at like desk height for you to actually sit at chairs and study in. And you do see there is a collection of various different archivists in here, some of which are currently scribing into seedlings and seed pods, and some of which are currently experiencing memories that are within these seed pods. Ren takes you to one of the empty sort of tables in the space. She actually has you, Sebaeus, and Zeke help her move a couple of these tables together so there's enough seating space for all of you to sit at a table. But eventually she sits down, asks all of you to sit around at the table with her, as she begins to rummage through her bag and pulls out not only a seedling, but also a collection of various different small trinkets and items that seem like you could probably find them within nature, but each one probably has its own distinct purpose. And she begins to set out a ritual that I believe Zeke and Drex have already seen before. The ritual of inscribing one of these seedlings with memories. But she looks about the group. So, we are going to begin the process of transcribing the seed pod with memories. This is going to be the one that you guys are going to get to keep after today. I would ask who wants to do the honors of giving some memories. Again, you keep them. This is just creating a copy of the memories. But any volunteers?
Okay, I can. What if, you know what, in the event I get amnesia again, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay. You see, she begins to set out these items around the seed pod in the center of the table. And much as I have previously described, you watch the seed pod. Normally, these little seedlings, they are about the size of an almond, and they are like a deep brown gem, almost. But as she begins the ritual, you see it does begin to sort of glow. It gains this sort of golden, light golden, almost white-colored energy to it. I would ask you to think of a specific event that has happened to you. That you can recall in great detail. The more you remember it and the more detail you have, the better. The vividness helps the seed pod be actualized. Just let me know when you begin, and I will begin the ritual.
Okay. Bess would close her eyes and pick the most vivid memory that she has access to, which is her recurring nightmare.
Makes sense. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, when you close your eyes, you see Ren follow suit and closes her eyes and begins to focus. For those of you who all have your eyes open and are witnessing this ritual take place, you watch the seed pod and this light that is sort of encircling and encapsulating it begin to grow as the memory is relived and re-experienced within Thessa's mind. For those of you who are more keen of eye, you would be able to notice ever so faint lines that are almost look like threads or strings that are connecting the seed pod to sort of portions of Thessa's head. It almost looks like a plasma ball. If you've ever seen one of those, how the light will like streak out to the glass and will like run across it for a second and then dissipate. It almost kind of is having that sort of effect. These ever so faint, thin tendrils of golden energy are sort of faintly connecting to sort of Thessa's head and her chest, and sort of they move around and then sort of like move across her head or her torso, and then they'll like retract for a second before another one takes its place. And you can see these lines are also connecting to Ren's hands over the seedling as she is conducting the ritual. There's definitely seems to be a significant amount of like energy transference going on within this ritual. But as is customary with this ritual, Brooke, I would have you describe in as much detail as you think Thess could what she is experiencing in her mind and what is going to be input into this seedling.
Okay. This is great. Let me scroll up in my journal. I think in her mind, she puts herself back to stand at the precipice of that arched doorway.
Mm-hmm.
She stands inside of it with her back facing toward the arch in the middle of a round stone. Everything around her is ornate and clean and austere. There is a staircase that leads down and away with golden skies above her. She sees a figure. She does not recognize the figure still, even with the memories provided to her. She still does not know who this person is, but she knows the shape of them. She remembers being excruciatingly nervous because she anticipated feeling excruciating pain. But she sees that her master is there and she is content in that anxiety because, well, that's a safe person. But he just stands there watching, not interfering, as the archway crackles and pops with energy, static building in the arcana around her, and that same unknown figure looks at her expectantly and she offers herself. She knows she's wearing armor. She doesn't know what it is. And as she grasps that figure's arms, the archway pulls her away. Tautness on her forearms. There's pain, excruciating, as her arms are ripped from her like tender meat. Tendons and ligaments pulling away from wet bone, and her arms separate from her body, and her master turns her back on her, and all she can hear is the sound of her own screaming. And then she sees her arms apart from her body, and she is falling past the golden clouds, and lands on the clouds. And she remembers the sound in visceral detail, the wet sound of what's left of her arms hitting a solid surface. And then the sound of her own heartbeat as the clouds tell her that she is an accident, that something went wrong, that she is something that has to be purged and forgotten. And she falls again, and something is ripped from her, and she does not know what. And then she is struck by something of pure energy, lightning, she assumes. And then a thud, cracking, and the unique feeling of liquid dripping out of your skull. And then nothing.
Yeah. As you come back from this visceralness, the immediate distinction between environments is off-putting. atmosphere of a warm and light greenhouse, chimes in the distance, and birds singing. As you open your eyes, you see the small almond-sized gem has grown significantly to be about the size of a fist. You see a amber color has replaced the dull brown, and you see it almost has turned into a small sort of fluid sac of some kind. You see that there are little tendrils of vines and plants that have reached up and created this almost like shell around the sort of now gentle interior of this seed pod. The top still opened and still sort of malleable and soft, but as you open your eyes, you see the vines reach up and then curl around the top and twist to create almost like a sort of twist tie look to the top of this seed pod. You see, sure enough, there is a small fist-size seed pod in the center of the table where once a small almond-sized gem sat. You see Ren opens her eyes. The light of the ritual begins to fade as Ren begins to collect her sort of ritual pieces from around the seed pod and gestures for you to take it, Thess.
Thank you. Should take it.
As you hold it in your hand, it is warm like a bun out of an oven that's maybe been resting for about 2 minutes, so there's still a little bit of residual heat to it, but it's like a comfortable warmness to it. And it's surprisingly heavy, like heavier than you would expect this little fist-sized thing to be. Probably about as heavy as like a 5-pound weight, roughly. So it's got some pretty good heft to it. But yeah, you have a seed pod. Right.
And others can view this, right?
Yes, though typically the way it would work is you need to have it on a very flat surface, because if you do not, when you open it, it could leak, and that could alter the memories within. But as long as you have it on a flat surface, you can untwist the top, the vines at the top, it will open, and then those who wish to view the memory within would just have to put a finger or two inside of the pod itself, and it will play the memory to them in their minds. Typically is how it works.
And it can be played as many times as we want, so long as it's on a flat surface?
Yes, and as long as the memory,
Okay.
the fluid within does not leak, then yeah, it is
Okay.
effectively an eternal memory.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
Of course. I hope it is of use to you. So, shall we continue with the tour? She continues. You guys all get up, begin to move about the space. For the most part, there is a wing a little bit further up that it has a ton of offices and office spaces for various different archivists and whatnot. It's almost like if you took the archive from back home and then like shoved it into like a druid grove, and you like took like a druid theme and just like copy and pasted it over the archive. The layout's a little bit different, but you can definitely see a lot of similarities between like, okay, yeah, this is a wing that has offices, this is a wing that has this, this is a wing that has that, you know. It's very office building. The only main, like, distinct difference between the two is that the archive back home has big floors of libraries that have books and whatnot. This place doesn't have really any books. All of the information is stored within that cylindrical vault of seed pods. which lies pretty much at the center of the Lantern Archive itself. But any questions about anything within this space? Because you guys would be given a pretty in-depth tour of it. So, any questions that you have?
It ever made apparent where the seed, like the seedlings, like before they're filled with
Yes.
memories, are kept?
Yes. You would find you wouldn't go into the space, but you would be brought to the door that would lead to the space where those things are grown. Ren would explain to you, it's all the way at the bottom of the cylindrical vault, effectively. You go all the way down to the bottom. You see there is a relatively grand doorway that has not only archivists but also guards there. There are members of the Golden Bough that are on guard at this doorway. You see incredibly intricate sort of like vines that cross over this door that act as basically like latches. That almost looks like, Ren would explain, it takes multiple archivists and druids to open this door. Like, it doesn't open very easily. But on the inside, there are roots and branches that sprout from the tree itself that produce these small gem-like seedlings, effectively. It's a pretty large space on the interior, but unfortunately you would not be given access to go inside to see it. But you know where it
Gotcha.
is.
Cool.
Any other questions?
No.
Do we actually get to see any archivists going into that room,
No.
like during this process? or
They
is
don't
it
go
just
in
like-
there very often. You have to imagine that the seedlings themselves are probably... Ren would explain, actually, that each archivist has a small collection of seedlings that they keep on them. So it's pretty rare that they go in there, and if they do go in there, it might be once a month to harvest, and then they won't go in there again for the rest of the month. Like, that's how often they're going into that room to, like, collect seedlings.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. Okay. Any other questions about the Lantern Archive?
I think so.
Okay.
Can you override a memory in a seed pod with a new member?
That's a good question. Ren would say there's been one instance. Normally, no. Normally, that is not something that happens. Once a memory is instilled in a seed pod, that's it. There was one instance where a seed pod was spilled. The memory within the seed pod was spilled. And Calum, the archivist, the head archivist, was able to conduct a ritual with the individual whose memory it was to refill the seed pod. It's only ever happened once, but it did happen. And it was successfully brought back. But that wasn't really replacing it. In theory, maybe if you dumped the memory out of the seed pod and then conducted that ritual, maybe you could do it. But each memory is so unique to each individual seed pod that it's almost like trying to completely rewire the seed pod. Like, Calum was relatively certain when that happened that the only reason it worked was because it was the same memory. If it was a different memory, it probably wouldn't have worked. But it's not outside of the realm of possibility. They've just never really needed to try it.
Interesting.
Any other questions? All right. With that would conclude your tour of the Lantern Archive. It sounds like you guys are splitting up, because I think Drex and Naz are going up the tree. What are the rest of you going to do?
Eyes, who wants to take a hit off the memory bong?
Probably absolutely no one, right?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we-
Pretty-
You don't know
it's a
what I put
pretty
in
bad
there. You
memory.
don't.
We don't know.
You don't know what I put in there.
That's
You
true.
don't know what I put in there.
Would you not tell
You
us?
watched it happen.
Are you
no?
offering?
Well, we just watched the thing happen. I don't think we saw the memory being
Yeah,
played.
you don't know
in
which
the
memory's in
scene.
there.
We
Yeah,
just
you don't know what
something's
memories in there. You just know a memory is in there.
Gambling, you say? Could be anything in
Mhm.
there.
It's like the box, but there's only one option.
Today's would be curious, but first look to Zeke. Are you going to?
Looks at this. Do you want us to look at this memory?
If you think it would, well, it's the. So, do you know the thing I said? Do you know? I mean, you could probably assume what my most vivid memory is. If you want to see it, you can if it would help provide perspective, or help to see the place where I came from instead of just me explaining it. I don't really know what the experience is like to see the
This
memory
music's
itself,
so
so
damn grand, bruh. Settle down.
Not
Yeah,
the
for the
vibe.
trauma seed pod, I don't
Not
think it's
that
very.
intense. Jesus
Are-
Christ.
are we all-
Music to listen to while getting your arms ripped off.
I mean, I think that could be beneficial for everyone that wants to
Okay.
look at it. If you're good with
and
it.
those, yeah, I'm fine with it for those who want to.
Is this the one where you get,
Yep, fully.
Okay, I feel like a little bit more word of warning should be given
Oh,
to the others.
well, I don't know if you. I don't think you experience the feeling. I think you just see it, don't you? We should have asked.
Ren is still there.
The seed pod.
She's your guys' like service,
Ren,
so
do we feel it?
no. Typically it's
Oh,
more like
great.
you watch the memory. The sensations
that's
don't
fine.
typically transfer. There have been situations where the in particularly very, very extremely vivid memories, like things that happened moments ago, the sensations did transfer in those particular situations, but that would depend on how vivid the memory was for you, Cecily. So
Oh well. Okay. But would pain transfer or just the anxiety and the
when you
pain's not a
when you
feeling.
were recalling the memory, how
Yep.
how vividly did you feel the pain?
Uh-oh. Who has a high pain tolerance?
Looks at Zeke.
Phrases.
Saveus, Zeke,
There's
Mel, probably.
Mel. That's probably it.
Probably it.
Naz, I do hate to say this, but it does have the faces, and it would be, if you wanted the information in more detail, be beneficial for you to see it.
I mean, Naz is basically a masochist. He's cutting his hand every night.
Yeah, he says, yeah, wait, Naz.
Oh.
He's got to get his blood back, He can't.
He was
gotta
just
build
told
back
this was
up
a
over
bad
time.
idea for him to keep doing this.
I'm fine with whoever wishes to view it viewing it. It could provide perspective. It does show where I was from. It also, wait, Naz, there was a ritual. Naz, I actually might need you to look at it. I'm so sorry. There was a ritual, and I don't know what it was. I'm so sorry. Don't feel obligated to if you truly don't want to.
Maybe save it for after you do your other errand with Drex.
Yeah,
Who
we
knows
later
how you're
tonight.
gonna feel after getting
Yeah.
to experience that?
Later tonight.
Crazy
That's
how
no
you go.
wise advice.
Then you won't maybe be able to sleep. I'd rather it not be right before bed. That seems like a horrible
Okay,
idea.
fine. Give me the fucking
Okay, well, let's be
pod,
honest, no
whatever.
time is going to be good
Oh,
for
okay.
this.
Well, it's okay. Here, just she's going to. Let's do it in a private room just in case. Can we go back to our room?
Well,
Is there not a private room here? in the
well,
archive?
no. Your tour has concluded, so now you're
Oh,
outside
that-
of the Lantern Archive.
Yeah.
So, you could go to the cathedral. the Heartwood
Right.
Cathedral and get a room there again.
Right,
That
let's
would
just
probably
do
be
that.
the closest place because you don't really want to go all the way back to the Hollowed Hearth. Because,
No, we do not want to go there.
because Drex and Naz are going back
Yeah.
up. So
That would be deeply inconvenient. So we'll go back. We'll just get a private room.
okay.
That'd be funny. Make them
Very
walk further.
You guys go through the motions. I'm not going to RP through all of that, but you would
Yeah.
get a private room within the cathedral.
Flat surface. Yay.
Yeah, with a table, so it's there. All right.
Yeah, I'll put the seed pod down and just give everyone a thumbs up.
Sure.
Whoever wants to can, and whoever doesn't, we can sit in the corner together.
Goes to the corner.
Yep. High fives,
We
Prim.
all dip our fingers at the same time.
Probably, right, Ren?
Did you let Ren in with you? Last time
Yeah.
you didn't, so
Well,
Let
it's
Ren
fine. Whatever, Ren. You can come
Fair
in.
enough. Ren would say, yeah, usually at the same time. As soon as you dip your fingers in, the memory will start to play. So, if they all want to experience it at the same time, then yes, at the same time would make sense.
Okay.
That's not. I had a dark thought.
What?
We can play chicken with your trauma.
That's true.
Oh my!
Vase is like a competition.
He's like, I'm in.
Honestly,
That's-
I'm ready to make a bet with Zeke to see
Once-
how quick you faint,
one-
but
Once your fingers are in the seed pod, you'll find it rather difficult to remove them. You will see the memory in its full sequence.
Right.
Okay.
Are we doing this? We're just all doing it. Are we all doing it? Is anyone
Drex
not
isn't.
doing
Sounds
it?
like Prim
Okay.
isn't. Ren definitely isn't. That's
We're
not.
chilling.
I
Yeah, no.
understand. I
What is-
understand.
is Drex?
No, Drex,
Bro,
Drex is not.
Aw, Drex, you don't want to get your arms ripped off.
Surveyor's smell.
I know Sabaeus.
Why
I think
not?
Sabaeus
If we're all
is.
hitting the ball.
Sabaeus, I think,
Eggs
was.
probably is.
We're not all hitting the bong.
All right.
That's a little trauma between friends, eh?
Well, those of you you sit around the table and count down before you dip your fingers into the weirdly lukewarm fluid on the inside of the seed pod. And sure enough, I'm not gonna play it again because Brooke just described it, so I'm not gonna describe it again. But sure enough, that memory would play out. You do see it from the point of view of Thess. Unfortunately, the only sensation that you do feel, it's not anywhere near as severe as it would have been for Thess in her dream or in her nightmare when she has this happen to her. But there is a tinge of pain when her arms do get ripped off. It's nowhere near as bad as you were expecting it to be. It's just a slight tinge, but the sensation is there. But eventually, the memory would come to an end. You guys would be able to open your eyes and take your fingers out of the fluid.
Not too bad, right?
No, that blows. Honestly. That was.
There's a couple. Actually, I guess I should just post these now. The
Yeah.
important figures that you would see. That is important. I gotta find them first. Hold on.
Fedor DMs.
You've already seen Thess's trainer who was there. I don't need to repost that, I don't think. Oh fuck, this is so far back. Oh fuck.
Oh shit.
Hold please.
Okay. Trauma.
There is a face associated with the words that come from the clouds. That is important to denote. Unless you did include that in the memory, Brooke.
No,
which
she
is
did.
up to you. Okay. This face you would have seen in the clouds when the clouds were saying that, you know, you don't matter and
What
all
the
that
fuck?
nonsense.
Yeah.
I've seen this
Fuck is
face before.
that?
And then I don't think I had any kind of art or anything for the person conducting the ritual. I think. Correct me if I'm
No,
wrong.
I don't think you had any art for that.
Unless it's this. Hang on, I'm gonna reply to something. That might be this. That might be that.
Oh, it is. It is for 100%
Okay.
sure. That is the person.
That's what I thought, because it's right after the other thing. So
Yeah.
This is the face that you can put to the person who did the arm ripping, basically.
Who did the arm ripping is crazy.
Yeah. No names associated with that though.
I'd let them rip my arms.
Just faces.
Oh,
Fucking Zeke.
And that would be it for the important individuals. So
Zeke on the hunt for anyone with wings.
Did they have wings?
yes. Everyone up there had wings.
I shouldn't have shown him this memory. God damn it.
He's like, I'll go.
I'm not feeling the spark anymore, Thess. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Your
everyone
wings
up
are
on
just
that.
so
So many
on that
options up
platform.
there. I need to
Everyone
get
up
there
on
now.
that platform that had that the gate was on that Thess fell through. All of them had wings. They were all sort of, in a way, they all looked like Valkyries except for the ones who weren't female, because you've never seen ones that weren't female. So
I
So
think
that was that.
Zeke just looks at Thess with damn. No words kind of look. Especially knowing she has to experience that every night.
right now, yeah.
Okay, dumb question. Are you fucking okay?
I'm okay, Saveus, thank you. I've honestly gotten a little bit numb to it because I've seen it so many times, or felt it so many times. Did you feel too much pain? I hope not.
It was much less pain than I expected from getting arms torn off, so
Good.
probably
I'm
less
glad.
than you felt.
It looks gross though, right? I didn't know skin was that stretchy. Sorry, was that too soon?
A bit.
Sorry. Well, I mean, they weren't your arms at least.
Looks towards our resident Twink Archivist to see if they have any reaction to any of this.
Staying quiet and absent-mindedly rubbing where the tear was on both arms.
Well, Mel, I know we met recently. Sorry about that.
It's cool.
Okay.
So do you want us to like find the people that did this to you, or
Oh, I'm okay. I think. I think I mean, as you heard, probably supposed to be dead. So, I think I should probably talk to my sister about some things. But other than that, I think it's fine.
Sister probably does know who these individuals are. Now that more of us have some faces locked in, well, that might help.
And again, I'm sorry you all had to experience that. I know it's not pleasant, but I hope it added perspective, I guess, or could help us in the future. I know we're dealing with a lot of old god pantheon bullshit right now, so hopefully it can help. I don't know.
More questions than answers at the moment.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Are you okay?
Let's get you some sleeping medicine.
Naz, can you?
I don't know if it'll work.
Naz, can you make me a knowledge reaction roll, please?
Absolutely. Hold on, you said this was a reaction roll?
Yes.
I'm gonna mark a stress.
You
I
mean
have advantage.
Honestly, seems fitting.
Yeah.
Have I seen this before?
I'll let you use the experience.
Definitely seen this. Likely not in a book though.
Yeah, you
Wow.
saw
Oh
it.
my god.
Oh
my God.
I gain a hope like clear.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Jesus.
Gain a hope, clear
Muddy,
stress.
muddy.
That's good.
This is the best day
So
of
you
my
just
life.
counteracted the the 2 resources you used.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so.
uh,
Which is so funny.
so, as you sit there, sort of thinking back, replaying some portions of the memory in your mind, you remember seeing that strange, like, vertical eye that was in the center of that thing's forehead somewhere before. When you were back on Violet Haven in the archives, reading up or trying to dig up any information about these 4 names of these forgotten gods, you remember glancing at that somewhere in one of those books. But since it didn't seem to have any connection to, like, anything that you were searching for, you had written it off. But that symbol is like, yeah, I've seen that before. That weird vertical purple eye. In one of those tomes in the archive that you dug through.
Arena or Elvis?
With a crit. It is a crit. I gotta
Oh,
give you
let's go.
critical information.
Let's go.
I would say with a crit, you can recall the exact book. So if you're able to get back to the archive at some point, you would be able to find the exact book you saw that information in, or saw that symbol in, and you'll be able to get it again.
I hate that he said if and not when.
Well, you never know what could happen.
Nice to
Did
die.
you know we have like 3 other boss fights before we get back to Violet Haven, guys?
Yippee! Shadows, help!
Say
Oh
this.
no, silly Drex. Shadows is the next fight.
It's the figure, likely, from the clouds is either Fiorina or Helvis. Either the goddess of hatred and fury or the goddess of death. Can't remember which one, but I remember seeing that eye in a certain book, so we'll have to go back.
Thank you, Naz. Not great people to have upset with me, but sure.
I mean, they're definitely going to not like us one way or another.
That's fair. You know, if it was death, it is kind of funny that I didn't die. Trying to find a silver lining here. A little bit of levity.
You see, there's a kind of a dark face on Naz.
This is not the conversation for levity, let's be honest.
I'm in.
Well, I'm the one who got my arms ripped off. I'm the one who had their skull cracked open. I think I can add a little bit of levity so everyone else can stop looking so gloomy.
I hate to say this, but it is a possibility. You could have died. Anyway, it matters not.
What do you mean?
You hit your head, your literal arms were ripped off, you fell, thousands of feet. The idea that you may have died isn't... I mean, it isn't that unusual.
Then what
You
woke
got
me
brought
up?
back? I don't know. But you are alive. So
Right.
whatever knocked you down, you got back up again.
Right. I'm fine.
That's what matters.
And I will continue to be fine.
Yes, but you're getting sleep meds. I think that's a priority. I think this place is probably the place to get them.
There's no guarantee if I fall asleep, even medicated as you say, if it'll be dreamless or not.
It is worth an effort, especially if it's that desolate.
That's fair. We can try. I don't even know if it'll work, but we can try. Thank you.
Ren has been quiet, just listening to
Yeah,
the
hey, sorry,
conversation
girl.
and like idly jotting things down in her notebook. But she perks up. She says, "I actually might be able to help you with something like that. I think they grow an herb in the seed fields. Oh no, not even the seed fields. Up in the gardens above. I believe there is an herb that grows within the canopy gardens that can assist with sleep and especially bad dreams. Some of the stuff, actually pretty much everything that grows within the canopy gardens can only grow there, so it has many things have strange properties and mystical capabilities and things like that. We could look into it.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
If that's everything here, unless you have anything else you'd like
Yes.
to discuss, I believe you two wanted to go see the Master Artisan, yes?
Drex would like that.
As for the rest of you, if any of you have any plans, while I escort them up, just so that we know where we should potentially meet you afterwards?
Well, I mean, the rest of us can just head back to the hotel now.
Yes, we'll head back to the hearth. We'll probably honestly just be there gathering our wits and perhaps getting a bit more rest. We had a late night.
See, Ren nods. Very well. We will meet you back there then.
Thank you.
Okay. Unless there's any more conversation to be had. Ren escorts Naz and Drex upwards. So thus far, the highest point that you guys have reached along the tree has been the Heartwood Cathedral. I don't think you guys have been higher than that. But to get to where Bramble's home resides in the Hanging Burrows, you have to go even higher. You travel to the edge of the cathedral bark where you meet the cacophony of that, or the cacophony that makes up the Hanging Burrows and the Canopy Gardens. They sort of intermingle with one another. The Canopy Gardens are basically these massive forests that exist on the branches up here of the tree. Entire sort of trees and bushes and grass even that seem, and like moss and things of that nature, seem to literally just grow out of some of the branches up here. A lot of the branches that are larger than like city streets, that are big enough to be able to support like entire ecosystems up here on their own. You can really get a good idea of just how brightly a lot of these leaves glow up here. Much of the tapestry up here of the Canopy Gardens and even amongst the Hanging Burrows, all of these leaves kind of glow faintly with sunlight. You see lots of various different sort of gardens that are intermingled within the canopy here, like small sort of parks and things of that idea. there's one point where you wander by a nearby park that has some sort of like stream of sap that sort of is flowing through it, and there seems to be like almost like a bed of flowers that seems to be naturally growing around this stream of sap. And you see there's only one section of the flowers that are blooming, and it seems to be related to the fact that there is an older lady sitting here knitting and humming, and the flowers seem to be reacting to her melody and blooming because of the fact that she's nearby and sort of humming this faint tune. But eventually, moving through the Canopy Gardens, eventually you would reach kind of a scary sort of impasse. Many of the houses that are built within the Hanging Burrows hang directly off of a lot of the branches where the Canopy Gardens exist. And you see there is one particularly larger house, almost kind of like a smaller two-story like manor, effectively, that seems to be hung from like a collection of 3 different branches, and there is one sort of wooden bridge that sort of is swaying gently in the breeze that you have to take to get to this manor, and that manor is where Bramble is. You see, Ren looks to you. Do either of you look nervous about crossing a bridge that is just like thousands of feet up in the sky?
Drex does not seem concerned in the slightest.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Naz?
There's some trepidation, but it's by far not the riskiest thing Naz has done, so.
Fair enough. You can see like the edges, like the posts on each end of the bridge that are actually like holding up the bridge. You can see the like thick sap ropes that are like holding down and like pinning these posts in place. It very clearly is sturdy and is not going to fall. It's really just the swaying of the bridge itself and the wind that kind of makes you a little nervous. But nonetheless, Ren does not seem perturbed at all. As someone who has grown up in this place, and so she steps onto the bridge and begins to make her way across. I presume you two follow. You approach this large manor up here. You see, it's pretty nice, and you can smell something like burning somewhere nearby. Not like a wood fire or anything like that, like an unnatural, almost like chemical fire smell is kind of what you can catch a whiff of as you approach this building. You see the contraptions or the ropes and suspension system that is holding this manor up onto these bridges clearly a bit different from the rest of the suspension. It seems to be like assisted by various different sort of living wood roots and sap that is sort of commingling with a lot of like the structure here to keep this manor afloat. But nonetheless, other than that, it seems to be pretty inconspicuous, except for the fact that the door is a little bit shorter than like your average door, and a lot of like the windows are a little bit like are more at like torso height for you, Naz, rather than like being at eye level. Which, knowing that Bramble's a dwarf, kind of makes sense. But you see, Ren walks up. There is a sort of like a pull handle next to the door that you can see sort of acts as like a doorbell, and she sort of grabs that and pulls it down. You can see that there is some kind of lever system that goes into place as she pulls it, and there's a sort of like a contraption above the front door made from like hardened sap and wood that seems to start to kick into motion as that is pulled. And all of these systems sort of above that seem to lead somewhere into the house. You wait for a moment. You don't hear any kind of like chime or anything on the inside. But you wait for a moment. You see that there are a couple of sort of dangling lanterns on either side of the door. You sort of feel a breeze kick up, and the bridge sort of sways. The house itself even kind of sways a little bit in the wind. For eventually you see the door opens up. That chemical smell immediately, as soon as the door opens, is like a wall hits you of just like terrible like chemical smell from the interior of this home. But you see an individual, a dwarven individual no less, enters the door. Give me 2 seconds as I grab his description. Sure enough, you see a almost like a gray skinned. In fact, his skin is almost like completely pitch black, except for the areas around like the edge of his nose and sort of like his laugh lines, and then sort of the edges of his ears are not. The rest of like the skin of his face and everything is like pitch black, and you kind of are like, you don't think that's actually his skin tone, and more that like it's soot and like smoke or something that has like billowed onto his face and is now just like permanently affixed to his skin, basically. um you see light orange hair. He's got these thick eyebrows. You see almost like he's got like orangish paint that is like on parts of his forehead and that like sort of circle under his eyes. You see a big orange bushy beard that is sort of tied down and braided into 3 sections, mostly bald on the top of his head, except for he has like long hair that comes out of the sides and the back, that you can see sort of goes down his back. Lots of weird sort of green, or it's rather, sorry, blue, like sapphire colored gems that are sort of like, you see he has an earring in one ear that is like a sapphire colored gem. And he wears sort of like ropes that almost looks like necklaces, but they're rope, and instead of it being like there's just like little sapphire blue gems affixed to various spots along that rope necklace that he has. And you can see thrown over one shoulder he has a what kind of looks like a big gray fur cloak, effectively. The most striking detail, aside from the like thick layer of soot on this guy's face, is his bright yellow, like golden glowing eyes. But you see he looks up first at Ren. Doesn't really have any kind of visible reaction on his face, and then sort of steps to the side and peeks around Ren and sees you two, and then straightens back up and looks at Ren and goes, "What can I do for you?" Ren says, "Hello, Master Artisan. I have a couple of visitors. In fact, these are a couple of the individuals that assisted in saving the Heartwood just last evening. They wanted to speak with you and meet with you and potentially trade, I think." She turns sort of unknowingly looking at the two of you.
Something like that. And Drex would just peek around and say, Drex is pleased to meet you, and give a wave.
Yeah, you too. Come in. You see he spins around, leaving the door open, and takes a step into his abode, and I assume you all follow suit.
Yeah.
It is... the smell is almost unbearable in here. Like, your eyes are on the verge of like watering because of how bad this like chemicalish smell in here is. But you see he definitely like takes note of the fact that he has visitors, and you see, as you all step in past him, you see there's like a wall of like light switches, basically is what it looks like, next to the door. And there's just like a bunch of like buttons and levers and switches, and you see he flicks like 4 different switches, and you see that some of the windows around sort of the front and sides of the home immediately begin to open up. And immediately the smell is starting to alleviate as it gets filtered out of the house. This whole first floor is one massive workshop, effectively, is what you can see. There seems to be a basically there are 4 columns that are supporting the second floor, and tucked in the far back left corner there's a staircase that heads up. The entire rest of this floor is completely open. You can see a massive sort of smeltery of some kind in the corner that is made from pretty much all hardened, very very thick sap, basically. It almost doesn't even have the amber color anymore on it. It's so thick and sturdy. You can see all manner of workbenches all over sort of the exterior walls of the space. There are, across the ceiling of this space, you can see just an unbelievable, unfathomable amount of crossing living wood and sap structures that are all sort of interconnected, like basically like a network of gears and pulleys and various things that all seem to connect to different parts, all over the place. There are a couple of sort of like sap cranes in here to lift sort of heavier things in the space. You can see along each pillar in here that's holding up the second floor, there are racks that have been placed with tools you have never seen before in your life, made out of sap and living wood. Like things that you don't even know what the hell the purpose of it could possibly be, but it's hanging up on a rack. You see he takes a step off to the side while you're all standing there in the entryway, and pulls off a bunch of leather aprons off of a rack that's just to the left of that sort of big switch pad he has, and he tosses one to each of you. They're going to want to put these on, or else they're probably going to get filthy in here. You notice, importantly, he's not wearing an apron, but also most of his clothes are completely blackened. So,
Gotcha.
and then off in the left side of this room, it is basically just a big pile of like various different things that have been gathered from the tree or from nature. You can see that there's like a manner of different like branches that all have different leaves on them. Some of them have like still fruit that's sitting ripe on the branch. In addition, next to that big pile of stuff in the corner, there's also a well, like a big, actually the only thing that's really made of stone in this building, a big stone like semicircle that's sitting up against the wall that you can see has sap in it, like that same sap that you bathed in, Naz. You can see it is a big vat of it, basically. And you can see that there are channels along the floor that don't currently have any sap in it, but that can connect to that well, that sap well, and lead to various different molds that are over sort of on the other side of the space. There is about 2 stools in here, one of which has stuff on it and one of which doesn't. And pretty much you can see that there are hallways that have been made in between the collections of stuff in here, basically. So it's kind of like you walked into like a hoarder's house, and you have to walk in between the hallways of what you would presume to be junk he probably can use to get from place to place. But you see he kind of scratches his beard and looks around as you guys are throwing on these aprons, and he goes, I don't really have a good place to sit and talk, so why don't you just tell me what you want, and we'll go from there, yeah?
Sure. Drex would very, very calmly take out the gun
Mm-hmm.
and the ammunition. Drex has 2 questions. Drex wants to know if you know how this works, and Drex wants to know if you can make anything like this, and would point to the case or the ammunition.
Mm-hmm. He thinks. Sort of, he looks at it, he doesn't take it from you, he just looks it over in your hands. Well, first I gotta ask, what'd you bring me?
Well, Drex has, and would go through his bag. What does Drex have? Drex has one of the wooden coins. No idea how much that's worth.
Hmm.
I think the thing that he might be the most interested in, just in terms of like a thing, is the
Mhm.
unstable arcane shard that Drex
Oh
has.
yeah.
Drex would say this. Drex thinks that this might be an acceptable trade if you are interested, and would
Right.
pull out both that and the coin. And Drex does not know how much this is worth.
That I don't really mind for. He looks at the coin and just sort of waves it off. But this is quite interesting. Do you mind? Sort of extends his hand out towards you.
Not at all. And Drex would pop it in his hand.
Sure. See, he takes it. Even though he is a dwarf and is definitely shorter than Naz by quite a bit, he probably stands at about 4'3". This guy, his
Taller than Drex.
hands are huge. Like he is like a serious mitts for hands. So you see, as you go to place his hand, your hand is like a fraction of the size of his hand as you place this shard in it. But you see, he takes it, looks at it in between two fingers, sort of holds it up to some nearby lantern light. That'll do. That's quite nice. Sure. You see, he opens one of the various sort of pockets he has. You see he has like a big tool belt that has a whole bunch of different satchels. Just sort of flips open a pocket and tucks the shard into there. Let me take a look at that. Actually, you know what? Come with me. It'll be easier to examine at my bench.
Sure.
See, he leads you down one of the meandering sort of pathways through all the junk in here. Sort of towards where the source of the absolutely gross chemical smell is coming from. Luckily, with the windows open, it seems to be filtering out a bit. But you see, he brings you over to a bench that's sitting maybe about a good, 10 feet from that big smithy that's in the corner. You can see there is very clearly something burning in there that seems to be occasionally popping. Like you can occasionally hear almost like a dusty pop is what it sounds like. And the flame, while it is sort of like an orangish glow to the flame itself, whatever is burning in there is creating like green embers of some kind. And occasionally you just hear this that sort of sound ever so often comes from in there. But you see, he pulls up that stool, sits down on it, sort of clears a space on the workbench and places the pistol down. All right, let's see here. Starts sort of fidgeting with some of the sort of parts of the gun, sort of the hammer, the powder tray, all that stuff, sort of looking over it. At one point you see he just sort of looks directly down the barrel of it.
I don't think it's loaded. Did it come loaded?
You don't think so?
Yeah, that's awesome.
But it doesn't fire, so he's good.
Good.
But you see at one point he would pick it up and aim out the window and pull the trigger, but it would just click. Nothing would happen.
Could have done the funniest thing.
So what you want to know about it?
Drex wants to at least know how to use it. Drex hasn't seen anything like this before. Not really.
Do you have any powder?
What kind?
It should be like a blackish grayish color.
No, Drex only has this.
No,
Drex
it
doesn't
it
think
came
this will
with
work.
the bullets. Each had a little sachet of powder that came with them.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. Drex would say, "Yeah, this," and Drex would pull out the. Is it in the bullets or is it a separate?
So basically there's a little sachet of powder in a small paper pouch basically, and then there's a very thin string that has been tied to the top of the sachet, and then it's tied around the ball that is the bullet basically. The
I
musket ball.
see.
So it's like a little compound basically. You have about 5 collections of those basically.
Sure. And Drex would say, "Yeah," and would show that the powder is attached.
lets his massive mitt hand down so you can put one of the bullets in the powder sachet in it. He takes it. Well, I'm going to assume you have a limited number of these, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to use it, but I'll show you how it works, right?
Mhm.
You see, he flicks open the powder tray on the side of the flintlock. This sachet of powder right here, you're going to pour into this tray. Then you're going to close it, right?
Mhm.
Then
Okay.
you're going to take this little ball and drop it down the top of the thing, right in here. You see, and he goes to make the motion, he's going to drop it down the barrel. Once you have that in there, you can pull this thing back right here. It's called a hammer. It makes sense because it's going to hammer the thing. You pull that back, and then when you pull the trigger like this, and he pulls the trigger, granted it's not loaded, so nothing happens, but you see the hammer clicks into place. That little motion there is going to create a spark. It's going to ignite that powder in there because it's rather explosive. And then that's going to generate enough force to send that little bullet flying. That's how it works. Pretty simple. Though, looking at the rifling of this barrel, it's not going to be very accurate, I'll tell you that right now. Chances are you're going to miss about 5 out of every, let's say, you're going to miss about 3 out of every 5 shots. So it's not going to be very accurate. You'd have to get the barrel re-rifled, which is a whole... It's going to be a real pain in the ass to do something like that.
Okay.
But it's possible.
Well, if it works for now, Drex can live with that. So, Drex doesn't suppose you have any of this powdery stuff, do you?
No. It's rather hard to come by. Especially around here.
Then
That stuff
could
has
you
to be
make something?
manufactured, so...
Okay. Could you make the other part? And Drex would point at like the little spherical bullet part.
Unfortunately, lad, I don't really work with metal. So, I can make little hardened balls of sap, but that would take a lot of time. It takes a lot of specialized pressurized heat to get the sap to be hard like this. And you see he goes and bangs on the basically metal sap that is the smeltery. It took a long time to get all this to form this way. And I mean, when I say a long time, I'm talking like years to make something like this. So to get these little tiny bowls and get them under intense heat and pressure would take some time. Let's see, he thinks for a moment. I could theoretically make you like a dozen of them, but it would probably take me at least a few weeks to get it done. Which, judging by the fact that you're outsiders, I have to imagine you probably don't have that kind of time. So,
Yeah, not quite, unfortunately, but that's okay. Drex knows how it works now, so Drex could
just
probably
make
figure
sure you
something
don't
out.
go shoving anything. Oh, I found this pebble and it's roughly the right size to put in there. Don't do that. You'll ruin the barrel of the gun that way, and chances are it'll get jammed in there, and it's a whole problem. So, what I would recommend is you need to get these things specially made. They have to be a perfectly round surface like this. It's with very little nodules and whatnot.
Okay.
You might be able to
Drex might know
find
something.
a replaceable substance for the black powder. Something that might be fine grain and explosive would work, really. So maybe you could find some kind of replacement or something.
Question.
Yes.
What is the mix? Could you know the recipe for this black powder?
I don't. I recognize it because I've read about it before. But making it's a different thing. I wouldn't be able to begin to tell you how to do that.
Pity.
I could make a lot of things explode, just not with that.
Fair.
Okay. Well, surely given time, Drex could figure it out.
Aye. Anything else I can
Okay.
help you lads with?
That was mostly all Drex was looking for in turn to Naz. Anything Naz wanted?
What about this shoddy armor of yours? You see, he reaches down and sort of almost plucks at the shoulder of your armor, Drex, enough to the point where he could have picked you up easily, but he didn't give that much force.
Drex would say, I mean, Drex would like better armor, but Drex doesn't really have anything else to trade, unfortunately.
I
The
have
shard
something.
was worth more than just some information.
Oh,
I could see what I could do.
Okay.
And what about you, tall lad? Anything for you?
Oh, I came merely to observe the weapon. I have a fascination with them.
All right, very well. Like, your armor could use some improvement too, but if you're happy with it, then very well.
For now, yes.
All right. Yeah, let me see what I can do. Give me a moment, I'll take your measurements, and then we'll go from there, yeah?
Sure.
Sure enough, you go through the process. He takes your measurements and whatnot. I can't guarantee it's going to be anything very special, but it's definitely not going to be very comfortable. But it'll be more protective, and it'll be better than this shoddy shite you're wearing. Does that sound?
Yeah. Drex is good with that. Drex would kind of like to be more protected after the last battle we were in.
All right. See what I can do. Come back in. Give me a couple days, if that's possible. See what I can do.
Probably. Drex thinks we'll be here for a little bit.
That makes head.
Righto. Anything else I can be of service for you two lads?
I think that's it for Drex. Naz doesn't want anything?
Nope. I came merely to accompany you.
Okay. Then seems like we're all set. Thanks again for the
All
information.
right, man. Yeah, thanks for the visit. Come back anytime. You don't need to be bringing me anything anymore, unless you want something from me. But other than that, you can just come to visit if you like. If you can bear the smell. Sorry about that. Apologies. I'm working on something in here, so. Man, nice meeting you. Bramble, by the way. Master Artisan Bramble. So.
Pleasure, Bramble.
Nice.
Drex just give a nod.
Okay. With that, you guys would say goodbye to Bramble and head out with Ren down back towards the Hollow Hearth. In the meantime, I believe, Indy, you had something you wanted to do. Is that something you actually wanted to RP,
Yeah.
or are you just mentioning it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would imagine probably while we're walking, I'll briefly kind of go next to Mel, and you think now might be a good time to try to get a few more answers about what happened the other day from Vale.
Oh. Sure. Good as time as any.
Don't know how long we have left in this place, so figured might want to grab it before we're too late.
Exactly.
Looks at the others who are probably if you guys want, we're gonna go talk to Ashenvale, hopefully.
What are you going to talk to them about?
I think it should be pretty obvious. Everything they said.
I'm coming along.
Okay.
I wanted to. Well, I can pop in and out in a second. You're right. I can come. I was worried about just getting everything done with Featherton, but
I mean, we can do that right now.
yeah. And then, yes, I would love to come. It'll take less than a second. I just want to make sure I get the seed pod to Featherton before anything can happen to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. Come on, friend.
We.
And overall swords.
Yeah, give me all the swords.
Yeah, give it the fuck
It'd be
out
so
sword.
funny. They dip before you do. Mid handing them over. Bye.
All right, give me 1 second as I get the music. All right, you guys feel the rush of air as you are whisked away, swords in hand, to the gift shop. As you land in the small space, you see Featherton behind the counter is currently in the process of reading through a small sort of like handbook-sized booklet. But as you land in the space, you see she looks up and closes it. Hello, welcome back. How can
I
be
have-
of service?
I have a little gift for you.
All right.
And Thess would walk over and present the seed pod.
Oh, is this what I think
Act
it
surprised.
is? Lovely little gem, amazing. See, she takes it in her claws, sort of looks it over. Yes, that will do. All right. So she slides it over to the metal plate on the counter. Waits for a moment, and then she snaps her fingers as white sort of runic magic comes out, swirls around next to the counter, and you see not one but 2 chests of gold appear. I think that should be adequate payment for that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's
Huh?
very valuable knowledge.
Amazing. With this, I was wondering, shit, can you remind me how much I spent for my armor?
8
8
bags.
It was 8 bags.
Great. Feel free to just keep one of those chests. Give me a bit of change. I would like to buy Naz armor.
All right. You see she snaps her fingers again and sort of like playing in reverse is the same magic animation as one chest disappears from the ground.
Thank you.
What kind of armor did you have in mind? The same thing?
Preferably the same thing.
Okay. But
Wait, can you put him in the same exact outfit?
Well,
Ness
I
is
was
wearing?
going to
'Cause I
say
think
probably
that'd
not
be
the same
very
time.
funny.
It would be funny. It would be funny. But
It
no,
would be
I
funny.
don't
I
think that would be very
I
comfortable.
I have here. I have something in mind that I think he might like. It's more of a surprise than anything because he will not accept it from me if I ask anything.
Right.
Just
So
say it's a
I
gift
will-
from Featherton and not from you.
Great.
Well, that
He will
wouldn't
not
really
believe
make any
that.
sense because I don't give gifts. So.
That's not so true.
Yeah.
Maybe, no matter what, he's going to see through your bullshit. Just say you bought it for him and then just see how he just blushes and reacts to that bullshit.
Oh, come on.
Interesting. So I think we do this. Replace the long, flowy, like, dress part with just regular pants. I like the color palette. I don't think he would fuck heavy with the cape, if I'm being so really honest with you.
Okay. Do we not think he would fuck heavy with a cape?
I don't
No, but the
think so.
cape would look so cool.
The cape is cool. I do agree. It is cool. But Naz isn't cool. So, like,
What if we make it detachable?
we could do that. We could do that.
I think the flowiness is nice. I think we should keep at least a bit of the flowiness.
I think
This is just my general
these
idea.
strands here, you see, she points at the like 2 lighter blue strands that are coming down from the mid belt. This whole design we could probably keep. I just don't think this like open bottom sort of it gives like gown, which I don't think he would like very much.
Maybe? I don't
Given
know.
his-
He
like-
is more of a suit kind of guy.
Correct me if I'm wrong. He's wearing suit pants, right?
Yeah, but isn't
He's
he wearing like a
slacks.
suit?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So.
Maybe I'm not certain. I'll ask. Start on it, and I'll
start
because
on the
no
top
matter
half,
what
at
he's
least.
going
That
to
doesn't
start on the top
change.
half, and then I
That's
can get the bottom half confirmed.
Sure. The top half and the boots I can do. I do think we could probably do something like a detachable cape, just in case he doesn't want that.
Right.
But yes, I need
Yeah.
confirmation.
We'll just start on that, and then I'll write you a note.
All right, I will look out for that.
Okay. Perfect.
The swords.
Great. Get that done.
Swords. that poor Surveyor has been carrying around for like a week.
Yes. Here.
Yeah. You put
Any of these of use?
8 varying swords on there. You see she waves her one hand over the swords. You watch as the runes sort of begin to wrap around them. That's interesting. Separated, they are not very useful. Like this, you know.
Mm.
But I think I could put them together and they could be something far more useful. I just can't do it
Okay.
for free. So, what I'm seeing here is that each of these swords is representative of a facet of magic, the arcane. And so,
Oh,
on their
okay.
own, they're not particularly useful because there's no way to really like harness just the energy that is stored in the sword, which is probably why you recognize that the energy within them is so faint. However, combining them all together could create an interesting blade. It's just not going to be free, and it's going to take some time. So,
Do you think that would be useful to... Oh,
the worst case scenario, you could sell it to me.
that's true. That's true.
It would just
Do
be
you-
an
would this
investment
be-
in the first place.
Do you think a martial weaponist would use this, or would an arcanist use this as a martial weapon? Would it
Interesting.
grant magic? Which way do you think it would lean?
This is giving me someone who's inclined with magic could use it, but it is going to be a melee weapon. So,
Oh, Naz would love that shit. But also, Prim, do you want a sword? I have my thing.
It depends. I haven't really wielded a sword before, but I mean, I wouldn't be
Okay.
opposed to a cool fucking magic sword, but I don't know if I'm
Right.
the best option.
would
for
you like to
it.
try?
Well, I'm never saying no to a fun time.
Well, just one moment then. You see she snaps her fingers, and you see as she holds up her hand, the white runic magic starts to create a incredibly like curved, like cutlass type of blade that's sort of thin at the base but gets thicker at the top of the blade. You can see it's very flashy, very showy. You see she lets the runic magic sort of float it over to you. Swing that around a little bit. See how it feels.
All right.
This is
sword
a
and start swinging it.
presence melee weapon. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh. Oh. Then. Oh, hi there.
Mhm.
Oh, hello.
It's crazy how in Daggerheart you could wield theoretically anything. As long as it's
Real.
designed for your traits.
Oh, and now this is a lot more comfy.
You notice, like, what's
Whoa.
interesting about it is, unlike like Seveus' sword or Zeke's falchion or just really any of the other melee weapons you've seen, even the handle is curved and it has this like wrist attachment that you can sort of like almost like the Wii wrist strap, the Wiimote wrist strap. It kind of has something like that. So like you can swing it and then let go of it and it swings around your wrist and then you can catch it again. So as you're like doing dancey, flashy movements, this blade can move with you and be like part of the performance, basically, is like the idea behind it. Which is kind of why it's designed for presence instead of anything else.
Guys, I can be a Beyblade. That's awesome.
Well, that is an option. I could theoretically sort of design this blade, she gestures to the 8 swords on the counter, to be something designed like that, or I could have it be designed where you can imbue it with your own arcane knowledge, like Naz, for example, and then he could
Mhm.
wield it. It's really up to you however I design it. But I don't think this would lean martial, really. Like, I don't think it would be
Okay.
designed for someone like Zeke or Seveus, to say.
Okay. And we can talk out what we think would be best and who wants.
Would you like me to
Do
hold
what?
the swords for now so that Sylvain doesn't have to keep carrying them around?
Please, thank you so much,
Yes.
Featherton.
Sure.
I feel bad for the boy at this point.
Well,
Do you have anything that you think? Because I have a chest of gold now. Do you have anything that you think would be good for Zeke?
he thinks. He has a really good shield, which he's not going to give up because it's an heirloom.
Right.
He has a good sword, which he doesn't
Better
really need
armor?
anyway because he doesn't swing. He doesn't wear armor because
Ah.
he kind of just brutes it.
He's just built like that. It's crazy. I mean, good for me, but still.
The only thing Zeke
Yeah, you
really
shouldn't be
needs is a
complaining.
way to fix his armor, which, as far as I know, he has now. Because I think
Okay.
Drex and him traded an armor stitcher, if I remember correctly. So
I think that's consumable though, right?
yeah, but it's still a thing that you can use.
I think he
Right.
used it.
Shit, did you use it?
He used it.
Yes.
Oh, he doesn't have it then.
Well,
Journals aren't updated
um,
enough. It's outdated Featherton information.
I have this ring, and she'd tap her ring of resistance. How much would something like this cost?
Thanks. I could probably sell you one of those for, say, about 6 bags.
Bet. There you go.
All right. So that leaves you with.
Don't worry, I'm
That's
doing the math
hard.
because I had
That's-
some stuff. I got it.
That leaves you with 6 bags left over.
Yeah.
From selling
Yeah.
selling the seed pod. All right. Anything else that I can help you with? She's sort of in the process of doing a ritual incantation to summon a ring of resistance.
We just need to pick up Prim's armor.
Yes, here for my purchase.
Right. Have you already paid for that? That's something I don't know.
No, I'm giving the money now.
Okay.
I'm